The coronavirus outbreak in China and other parts of the world can have a direct and indirect impact on the Indian economy. Coronavirus reached Delhi and Telangana in March, and ever since, India has over 700 cases of COVID-19. After outbreaks from worst affected countries like China, Iran, Germany, South Korea, US, UK and Italy to Spain, the World Health Organization has declared COVID-19 a global pandemic. The rapidly spreading virus has a huge human cost, with over 500,000 patients who tested positive and a death toll that has crossed 24,000 as of March 27, 2020. Keeping the resources required to fight the outbreak and flatten the growth curve, the global economy is going to face a setback. Amidst a worldwide emergency, India has to consider what the economic impact of COVID-19 could be.
China is a major player in the world market, and because of the way India is integrated with the Chinese economy, it will have a huge impact on the Indian economy. As per the UNCTAD, the cost of the pandemic is $2 trillion United States dollars. COVID-19 is a health threat and is fast proving to be an economic threat as well. It could cripple several economies, starting with employees and industries affected by stock market crashes and closing of workplaces due to the inability of workforce function. As China's economy heads towards a standstill, we can expect certain industries to be affected almost immediately. Here's what impact of the COVID-19 outbreak on the economy could possibly look like.
This is a direct effect of coronavirus outbreak in India. While the WHO advises against hoarding of pollution masks and sanitizers, the market could face a high demand which has already begun as India records cases in Rajasthan, Delhi, Telangana and Maharashtra. Currently, prices of N95 masks have shot up online. Sellers like Amazon and Flipkart are listing masks ranging from 499 Indian rupees to over 1000 Indian rupees. As businesses rush to increase prices due to demand and healthcare sectors suffer due to unavailability, it isn't hard to predict a scarcity of masks as people head to local chemist stores and shopping websites to get their stock. Similarly, hand sanitizers are being installed in most stores, restaurants and malls in the country. This could mean an increase in corporate orders along with the existing household demands.
The Indian pharma sector is dependent on raw materials from China. With lockdowns in China, the supply route has been disrupted to a large extent. The stock of raw materials for medication will find difficult to find its way to the Indian pharmaceutical industry. This is already affecting the prices of medicines. As per CRISIL reports via Business Today, the cost of common drugs like paracetamol, which is a common analgesic, has increased by a whopping 40%, while 69% of India's drugs are sourced from China in bulk purchases. Apart from the industry's supply reliance, we are yet to receive concrete updates on the cost of treatments, tests and prevention of the spreading of the virus.
While the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare prepares for a health emergency, Union Minister Harsh Vardhan has announced a multi-step strategy to combat COVID-19. The plan is for India to virtually quarantine itself from the rest of the world in terms of air travel. Any foreign nationals or returning Indians will have to specify a compelling reason to enter the country if they aren't on diplomatic missions from the UN and the WHO. On a state level, the government is trying to curb community transmissions as Section 2 of the Emergency Diseases Act has been issued by the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. While immigration will be checked, there are several parts of India the government can't even begin to screen. Cheap labor is a large part of the Indian economy. As the virus travels through the populated country, local transmissions could very well add to the count of cases. Factory workers and laborers aren't given the health care and employment benefits to deal with viral outbreak. The working population will most likely be affected by poor health, which could result in lack of attendance, crippling sectors that rely on cheap labor.
Smartphone sales in China are expected to drop by 50% as stores are currently under lockdown. Product launch events are starting to get postponed or cancelled altogether. Since China is a huge player in the smartphone market, the supply chain will face a huge impact. This could result in price increases. Apart from phones, the home appliances market will suffer too, considering that many of the parts and whole units are manufactured and exported from China. India imports everything from air conditioners and kitchen appliances from Chinese suppliers, and that is currently in jeopardy, so we can expect these prices to go up as well. This will happen much later in the fourth quarter of the financial year as per reports in LiveMint.
China is highly digitalized. The Chinese government invests in big tech and the population is used to its applications in daily life. When the outbreak worsened in China, an app was launched to speed up the pace of tracking infection risks early. This is over and above nationwide health checkups, constant research, and innovative preventive measures. Meanwhile, India isn't prepared for smaller steps like digitalization of cash transactions. While most of the population relies on money transfer apps, huge chunks of the population don't have the same kind of access. Most Indians exchange money by hand, which is another cause of bacteria transfer. More importantly, back when demonetization was implemented, it was a huge shock to the system. It isn't a promising example of how India will deal in the face of a pandemic.
While the cost of several essentials is rising, some products and services are expected to drop in terms of pricing. Air tickets, for example, are currently cheaper than usual as outbreak-hit countries are popular tourist destinations. Flight tickets to Italy and South Asian countries are relatively cheap. This isn't a positive sign for the economy and it endangers passengers who are making fresh bookings as per reports mentioned on Yatra.com. Apart from airfare, petrol and diesel prices are going down as prices drop globally. China is the largest importer of oil and that demand is considerably low as well. Additionally, chicken, egg and meat sales are going down owing to the stigma against the consumption of non-vegetarian food during the coronavirus outbreak. The poultry industry in India has lost 1,100 crores as per reports in Business Today. While India grapples with the novel COVID-19 on an international and local level, the economy seems to face a setback as large as the toll on health. As per reports in LiveMint, while the costs are definitive, Asian Development Bank predicts a cost between $387 million and $29.9 billion in personal consumption losses to the Indian economy.
If you have watched the video till end, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button for more videos. Comment down below how coronavirus outbreak has affected you.